Today's episode is sponsored by VBS Medical Limited. It's the exclusive distributor of K-laser therapy and Indiba radiofrequency therapy in the UK and Ireland. K-laser and Indiba are non-invasive therapies that enhance and accelerate the healing process, complementing standard of care, broadening therapeutic opportunities, improving clinical outcomes, generating new profit and distinguishing your clinic from the competition. K-laser and Indiba have a medical device regulation approval, meaning they have scientific publications to validate their clinical applications in practice. To learn more, visit www.vbsmedical.com and book your free trial today.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Thriving Through Summer. And this is episode 3 of 4 in this little bonus series that I've created for clinic owners who are ready to protect their profits and, most importantly, their peace this summer. Today we're going to talk about something that tends to really hit a nerve, and it's about how to step away from your clinic this summer without the wheels falling off. And this feels really relevant to me because for those of you who listen regularly, some of you may or may not know that I am actually 37 weeks pregnant recording this podcast. I have been for my final scan today and we are ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. And so obviously, clearly, the thing that you need to do is record more podcast episodes. This really, when I was putting together my plan for this little series, it really resonated with me because I'm not only having to do all of this that I have been teaching you, but I'm having to exit 2 businesses for a period of time. One is going to be longer than the other because one is an older business than the other. And there are certain roles and responsibilities that I have in both businesses that warrant when I need to come back to certain things. And also, I'm a serial entrepreneur and I'm a recovering control enthusiast. So with the best will in the world, I'm planning to step away from both of my businesses this summer. And the wheels won't fall off because I couldn't step into this podcast and deliver the coaching that I do if I wasn't walking the walk and talking the talk and making this shit happen in my business and in my life. So if it makes your stomach tighten a little, or if your brain goes straight to, but no one else does it like I do, what if something goes wrong? What if the team need me and I'm not there? I just want to say you are not alone. This is a huge mindset and leadership hurdle for so many clinic owners, but I need you to flip it. Because what if this summer became the moment you finally stepped into leadership and gave your team the chance to rise, or your VA, or your PA, or your receptionist, or whoever you have got around you in your support network? Let's get into it. Welcome to the Treat Your Business podcast with Katie Bell. I'm Katie, and this is the place where clinic owners like you learn the strategies, tools, and mindset shifts needed to transform your clinic into a thriving business, one that gives you more time, more money, and more freedom. Born from a passion to challenge the idea that average is normal, we empower clinic owners to create extraordinary businesses, incomes, and lives. Through our world-class coaching programs, we help you step out of overwhelm and into confidence, turning your clinic into a business that fuels your lifestyle, not draining it. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. So the problem isn't time off, it's how you prep for it, okay? The real issue is that clinic owners can't take it. It's not that we can't take time off properly. It's that we don't prepare for it properly. We just hope it'll be fine. And we try and control everything and hold on to too many things, and we don't delegate early enough and we don't get help early enough. So we send a few vague messages about our expectations. We have a last minute chat with a team member that's really vague, and then we head off crossing our fingers. And what happens is that you're on WhatsApp by the pool, you're answering team questions while you're loading the dishwasher at the Airbnb, you're checking your booking system instead of actually switching off from it. And it's exhausting. Some of you might be listening to this thinking, no, I can have protected time off, Katie. And many of you will be members. And that means that we've worked with you really hard on protecting your time off and boundaries and putting systems in place. But what can happen is that you come back to an absolute shit show. So yes, you've not checked your emails for 2 weeks, but you have 150 million emails to deal with, questions about everything that demands your attention, and you come back and work twice as hard as you would normally do, and it doesn't really warrant then you having any time off at all. It's exhausting, isn't it? But it is totally avoidable. But what if you made one simple decision this week, and it's that you decide now what you will and won't be available for? Because the moment that you step out of being a clinician and a physio or an osteopath or a sports therapist and step into and step up into being the CEO of your business and your life, not the crutch to it, then you give your team what they actually need to succeed without you. We need to give them tools, clear SOPs, decision trees, comms guides. We need to trust, and you need to stop micromanaging. And we need clarity on who's doing what and when. A confident team is a really well-prepared team, and a prepared team gives you the peace of mind. We have a very strong accountability chart within both of my businesses, and that clearly defines the key roles and responsibilities for each staff member, where they sit within the accountability chart, what everybody's measurable is. So there is no like, oh, I didn't know he was meant to be doing that. No, that is your key role and responsibility. You are expected to take full responsibility for that, and you are being measured in this way. So delegation is like a leadership muscle. Delegation isn't just dumping, and that's where I see clinic owners go wrong when they first start to delegate to VAs and then to maybe their practice manager who becomes their ops manager and integrator. Delegation isn't dumping, it's developing. You're not just offloading tasks, you're handing over ownership of tasks, but you have to then give them the structure and the support to do it well. So that has to start with a bit of inner work. It has to start with asking yourself, like, what decisions am I currently holding on to that someone else could own? Like, why does everything have to come through me? What tasks do I always default to because of habit or control? And here is the big one. You are going to be a massive bottleneck in your business without realizing it. And for those of you who are not birthing a human in the next 3 weeks, I can honestly say this has been the biggest journey to getting myself out of any bottlenecks in the business, because I am literally not going to be here. Okay, here's the challenge. Let's see what happens, guys, because you're going to hear from me every week still, because I have prepared and I have planned and the team have got structure. So what should happen is that I return and you don't actually even know that I have not been here, because we have put that preparation in place. And whether you are taking a week off, a long weekend, 3 weeks, 4 weeks over the summer, this is your chance to have this like mini retirement away from your business. And if everything has to go through you, your business is super fragile. Delegation takes a lot of effort up front, but it takes a few minutes to explain the why, not just the what. But the return is massive for you. You have more time, more confidence, more strength in your business, and it's a skill, and the more you use it, the better that you get at it. So if you bring in a VA, we have fabulous VAs that work within Thrive, and we have a full-time ops assistant as well, and I have an integrator. When I delegate things, I have to put a process behind it, or I have to explain, this is the outcome that I want. This is what I've been doing so far, but I recognize it's probably absolutely shit because I'm not a process person, I'm a visionary. So would you be willing to either write the process for that task, or here is the process that I follow, but I want you to update it in the way that it works best for you. But this is the outcome that I want when I want it. And this is why we need to do it. So this summer, what's one responsibility that you are holding on to and you could step back from to let someone else step up? So create a summer SOP, a standard operating plan, procedure, process, whatever you want to call it. This is a game changer. Before you go anywhere, create a super simple summer SOP that's like, this is your clinic's summer sat nav. It tells your teams where to go, how to respond, and what success looks like. It's not a 10-page manual, it's a 1-pager, and it's who's in charge of what, making responsibilities crystal clear, what emergency protocols, what counts as an emergency, and who to contact, because it's not you guys, because you're on holiday. So if your front fire alarm goes off, or your burglar alarm goes off, or bloody broadband shuts down, because, by the way, it only ever happens when you go on holiday, or something was to happen, these are the people that they first can get in contact. And when does it escalate to you? Payment and booking processes. What's the plan for chasing unpaid invoices, managing no-shows, updating schedules, key things that need to happen? What's the marketing plan for over the summer? What's going out when? Who's posting it? Are email campaigns scheduled? Communication boundaries. Who contacts you, when and how? Are you checking in once a week or not at all? And you can leave a voice note or a short Loom video for your team before you leave, saying, here's what a great summer looks like. Here's what I'm excited for you to own. And here's how I'm supporting from a distance. And that might be that you're away for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is that you've got coming up. But it shows leadership without micromanaging your team. I remember when I first took a mini retirement from the business, and I think it was about year 3 of owning a clinic. We were multiple 6 figures already by that point. We'd got team built up. But I was like the circus performer. I was juggling everything. I was still in everything. And I set this challenge that I was going to go across the world on a different time zone. I was going to take this mini retirement out of the business for several weeks. And it was a really good training ground and a good stress test, because I had to get rid of stuff quickly. I had to delegate. I had to get the right people in place. And I had to really step into being a leader rather than a manager of everything. So this summer doesn't have to just be a test for your team, but it can be training for your team. It's like a leadership lab. You've got team members who are probably way more capable than they're currently doing, but because you never give them space, or they never get a chance to prove it, you just control everything. They can't flourish. They can't thrive in their role. So you could invite your team leads or your rising stars to run a weekly team huddle or take on a specific mini project or target, like reactivating past clients, tracking KPIs and present a quick report to you when you return. And when you come back, let's celebrate the wins. That reinforces initiative and confidence and buy-in. Because remember, in your business, your job isn't to do everything. If you think your job as a visionary and as a clinic owner is to do everything, you are never, ever going to get out of what you're in now. You're just going to be consumed all the time. Your job is to build a business that runs even when you're not in the room. That's true leadership. And it starts with trust. So I want to lovingly challenge you to let go of something. Use this time to reflect on, what am I holding on to? What am I bottlenecking? The more your business relies on you, the more fragile it is. If we were in front of somebody that was looking to buy businesses, and we all lined up, all the podcast listeners right now, and one of the things that they're going to look at straight away is how much does your business rely on you? They're also going to look at your cash position. They're also going to look at your recurring revenue. They're going to look at your business model. They're going to look at your marketing, all of those things, right? And some of you are years away from wanting to exit this business. But we are here to build a business that doesn't rely on us, because then we've just got jobs. Delegation, leadership, and systems are not luxuries. They are non-negotiables if you want true freedom. They're all learnable. But you've got to be ready to stop being the bottleneck. You've got to be ready to step into that CEO role, and you've got to be ready to step into learning skills that you don't currently possess and developing self in a way that you have not yet developed, because if you had, then you would be running a much bigger company and you would be working a lot less than you are. So if you are ready to stop being the bottleneck, if you're ready to step into that CEO role, then I want to invite you to set yourself up for success. And you've got some options. I've been talking about our Evolve program, which is relaunching again in September. We've just finished our last cohort who have all just graduated. And this is for clinic owners who are relatively new into business. You have a business already, but you are basically generating all the revenue by yourself. You probably don't have recurring revenue streams or programs or packages. You probably have no marketing plan or trying to do too many things at once. You're very unclear on your numbers, and you're probably making between 1 and 5K revenue each month. But you want to build a sustainable, scalable business, but you just don't know where to start. Head to the link in the show notes and join our waitlist. We kick off again in September. It's a short, intense, immersive course that is going to mean that you start 2026 in a completely different space. Joining the waitlist gives you first access, priority booking. We only have limited places available because I will not compromise on quality, and a space to span and start building the clinic you actually want to run. Now, maybe you are a business owner that is beyond 5K a month and you need more support to scale your business to the next level. You are currently being a manager and not a leader. You don't know how to manage your team and get the most from them, and you are just being the circus performer and juggling everything. Then the link in the show notes also for a clinic growth strategy call is there, 60 minutes, one-on-one with my team to get really clear on what you need to do next in your business to scale it in a sustainable way. Your business doesn't need you in every moment to grow. It just needs your leadership. And this summer, your leadership starts now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Join me next week for the final 4 of 4 in this little bonus series, Thriving Through Summer.